By 5 a.m., we had arrived at the home of a young man who is quite popular in the Chaliwajala neighborhood in Namugongo. This is where 27-year-old Samuel Adoa lives with his brother's family. Adoa is not your ordinary man. Every day of the week, come rain or shine, the wheelchair-bound youth is up before cockcrow. His mission? To preach the word of God.
Hallelujah.
Adoa does his thing like an imam, sounding a loud call for the residents in the area to wake up and pray.
Wake up and pray.
His voice shoots through the morning air, so amplified that you could think he is using a microphone.
Many people wanted to see this day.
Adoa is a university graduate with a bachelor's degree of arts in economics from Chambogo. He graduated at the beginning of this year, but when he tried and failed to get a job, he decided to take to the streets to preach.
I applied. They told me we shall call you back. But finally, they didn't call me back.
Adoa proudly wears his graduation gown as he does his job.
So the reason that's why I'm putting on this, one, I am showing to the whole world what God can do to anybody. And two, we disabled people undermine, people don't even expect a disabled person like me to go up to the university.
Unaccompanied, Adoa wheels himself through Chaliwajala preaching the word.
Mostly I go to these dangerous places whereby nobody can pass there, me I go there. That is the time each and every person who has been doing any funny thing is coming back. So I want all of them to hear the gospel.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 33 and verse 3, it says, if you pray to me, I will show you deeper and wonderful things.
He knows that even as people rush to and fro going about their duties, he attracts their attention. Adoa's first shift comes from 5 a.m. and ends at 7 a.m. and he returns home to rest as he waits for the evening.
I can see you setting them free.
With a bachelor's degree in economics, Sam is one of the thousands of the unemployed youth here in Uganda. He chose not to sit down. He chose to come to the streets and preach the word of God, not only because he loves doing this, but as he also waits for his job.
You can hear him preaching at night. It's a good thing, it's better than stealing.
One day when I'm quarreling with a customer, Sam told me that you have to forgive that customer. Maybe he didn't have money.
At sunset, the energetic young man is at it again. Preaching, preaching, and preaching. Adoa admits that preaching for hours is not an easy task and requires huge amounts of energy. The strength he uses to amplify his voice has sometimes caused him complications.
I always tie in my waist there, my stomach, because there is too much shouting.
He often carries a bottle of water to clear and refresh his throat. This is not the only challenge he faces though. Sometimes it has been the danger of accidents.
I was coming back from preaching. Somebody knocked me from behind. He knocked me on this side and threw me there. But I thank God he just brought his angels and they carried me away.
It is evident that Adoa spends most of his time doing God's work, preaching and being in fellowship at church. And when he's not doing that, he is resting. I want to know if he does not lack, since these do not bring in any money.
So sometimes as I go and preach, people give me the money if they are willing. But that is not the reason that's why I preach. But that is the way as per now, as God is keeping me alive in this city. All these clothes you see me putting on, they are not mine. People bought for me, people gave me. Sometimes you can pray the whole day, not even 50 shillings. And you go and say that to God, I know one day you'll reward me for all this.
He tells me that preaching is not new to him. He started when he was still a university student. Adoa tells me that he was born normal but disabled at a tender age as a result of polio. He says his parents could not afford to take him to hospital because he was born during the insurgents in the Teso region in the late 80s.
Romans chapter 8.
This young man has not chosen to wallow in self-pity, but to use his situation to serve God.
I am so happy because I know, even though I don't have these earthly jobs as per now, I have the heavenly job.
The outspoken young man hopes his labor in the Lord will not go unpaid and hopes for a miracle someday.
One time, I am going to raise up and walk. I'm going to stand up on this bicycle.
One day, one time.
Gertrude Tumusime with Kware,
One
NTV.
time, you will say, God at work in you.